Our countertop is simply going to slide on top of the base structure and line up with the end panel, and the rear modesty is going to line up with the void that we've created here on our end. Once the countertop is in place, we're going to use our panhead screws to go through all of the L brackets in the console to secure it down. Simply lay our countertop on top, and we can slide it into place. And there it goes. Snaps right into place. Now that our countertop's on, we can affix our screws. The easiest way to do this is to start on the end closest to the end panel. So you'll see on the underside of the countertop are going to be pre-drilled holes, the same as we saw with our modesties and legs. So we're going to get our panhead screws, our number 2 screw tip, and we can put those in. Now that we have our countertop in place, we're going to put on our turrets. Our turrets are going to go on into place. We're going to set them into place, we're going to bolt them together, and then we're going to bolt them to our end panel the same way we bolted our base cabinet to the end panel, and then we're going to attach them to our L brackets the same way we attached our countertop. So let's go get our first turret. So the turret just sits here and rests in place until we can line up the second one. And we just drop it into place, like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to line up the back of our turrets with the back of the console, and we're going to take our threaded insert bolts and we're going to go right through the inside of the cabinet into the end panel. So we simply take our bolt, and we might have to move our cabinet forward and back a little bit to get it lined up, and once we do, we should hand tight very easily. And so we do the front, and then we do the back. And we can use our bolt driver to tighten those down, but we'll wait to do them all at the same time. So we'll go through this side, and again, we're just going to hand tighten until we get a few of them in, and then we can put them in using our bolt driver once everything is lined up the way we want it. So there was 2 in the end panel, and there's going to be 4 bringing the 2 sets of turrets together. Now to put in the end turret, whenever you have a turret that's bumping up to a countertop, you're actually going to use just drywall screws that are going to go through the sides into the end grain of the countertop. So we use our pre-drilled holes here and line it up, and once it's in place, and we put our screw in. Again, we don't need to tighten it down too much, we just want to make sure it's set so that we don't have any movement in our turrets. So when we put on our rear extrusion, we want to make sure that all of our T-bolts are running parallel to the extrusion so that the head fits in the channel on the underside of the extrusion. So we take our rear extrusion, and we're going to use our channels to line up on top of the T-bolts. So we line up our ends, and we just sit it down on top. And just be careful not to pinch your fingers. If you feel any spot pressing up, that's probably because a T-bolt got turned while you were doing it. Just reach underneath and loosen it up a little bit, and you can make sure you're in. Once your extrusion's on, what you're going to do is you're going to reach underneath, and you're going to find your T-bolts, and you're going to turn them to the right. And when you turn them to the right, you'll feel them click into place, and that means they're perpendicular with the extrusion, and you can tighten them down. We're going to tighten our T-bolts down using our 13mm socket. One of the easiest ways to do this is to hand tighten all of them first, and then go down the line with your socket wrench and tighten the rest of them in. Now that our rear extrusion is in place and tightened down, we can secure our cabinets. So we're just going to use our bolt driver, and again, you don't want them super tight, you just want them nice and snug.